Well, good afternoon, everybody. Jackie Skelton from JI World Travel here again. It's Tuesday, another beautiful day in paradise in Florida. That's why I live in Florida, like I used to live in Brisbane in Australia, the same weather. It's just fantastic. I hope you've all had a good day. We're a little late today, but I've been really busy, so's Ross. So we're going to start off with the special, okay? And then I'm going to give you a little bit of a funny, and then we're going to look at why it's great to escort your large group, all right? So our special today, and excuse me for reading something only because I don't want to get it incorrect, okay? This is with Viking. We've mentioned Viking before, and this is the ocean liner, okay? So this is the South America and the Caribbean for February of next year, and it's going to be 10 nights, 11 days, 7 ports. And the verandas at the moment, a lot of them are sold, but some of them are still available, and they're going from about $3,900 a person. All right. Viking, as I said, with the ocean liner is just wonderful. Let me tell you a little bit though about where you're going and things like that. So you're going to be departing and coming back to San Juan. And if you've not been down there, well, San Juan is Puerto Rico's colonial gem. It really and truly is. It's a fabulous place to go. They're quaint, and you go and do the walking tour and everything else, go out to the old fort and things like that. Then you're going to go down to Santo Domingo. Now, Santo Domingo is the oldest European settlement in the Americas. Think about that. So go somewhere that is old and experience something different. Colombia awaits you, and Colombia is very colourful with its streets in the historical district of Cartagena and Santa Marta. Then you're going to explore the Dutch capitals of Arunestad, Aruba and Willemstad, Curaçao, and you know, lines with all the Curaçao streets. I mean, they're all lined with colourfully restored Dutch architecture. Again, it's different. Go see something different, all right? Then you're going to marvel at the mountains and the settings of colonial Caracas with Venezuela. So it's a pretty good tour to go and see something just a little different and outside of the US, but not too far out. I know I have people that I don't want to fly overseas and all these sorts of things, but going out of San Juan, it's pretty good. That's one of the ones that we did. And the Viking ships, remember I said to you that they're basically inclusive. So the price includes, and this is also including up to free air from 150 US cities. You can't get better than that. But that's going to include all your food and all your specialties. It's going to include your beer and your wine and your soft drink with your meals. It's going to include unlimited bottled water, all your specialty teas and coffees, and plus everything else that they put on for you. It's one of the better things to do for the price. So I know that, you know, even though this is February next year, I know a third of that ship is already sold out, and there's limited availability for the rest of the ship. So call me on that 844-249 number, and let's take it from there, and let's try and get you on there to see something else. All right? So before I start with our little education moment, I just sort of thought that we'd do something a little funny each day about what's happened to us or me or Ross. So tomorrow, I've already said to Ross, I need something from him. And I know he's had a wealth of things happen to him, travelling or not travelling or just doing things. So this is something a little funny. Some years ago, many years ago, I took up playing golf. And I could hit a long ball. It was wonderful. So we're out this day in a small competition and hit a great first shot. The second shot, I had to hit out towards a fence line to bring it down into the green. Well, that was okay, and I hit this ball. It was wonderful. Over the fence, straight into the train, and the doors of the train closed, and the ball went to the city. And then somebody said to me I had to take a penalty because the ball was lost. No, I know exactly where it's going. It's going into the city. So it's just something silly, something funny that you look back on through your life. And, you know, we all have moments of despair, moments of all sorts of things. Think back, though, about some funny things or something that has really happened to make you laugh or, you know, or just make you feel happy. All right, so do that in your everyday life. So now, that's my little sermon and my little funny. So now I want to talk to you about escorting. Ross and I escort all our groups. If they're large enough, we escort the groups. Why would you want to have an escort on board, you say? Well, the thing is, you do it yourself, you go on board and everything else, and the tables aren't set correctly, this isn't happening, the plumbing's not working, the baggage is lost. So you have to have somebody in your group, if you like, running around like a chicken with his head cut off. So what happens with us, we actually have an onboard coordinator. They know who we are. We're on board very early in the morning. We have a meeting with the coordinators. I meet with the dining staff. I meet with the service desk staff. I meet with the stateroom staff and some of the higher ups in the dining room and things like that. Because bearing in mind that we have groups of 100 plus and things like that, and there's always a hiccup. As I said, life happens and all that. There's always can be a hiccup. So if you're in a group and you're escorting through us, you come to us. You don't have to go to the service desk. You don't have to contact anybody. You contact us. If it's an emergency, of course, then you need to do something. But otherwise, we do that. We facilitate the issue for you. As Ross always says, we don't have any problems. Okay, we have some challenges waiting for those solutions. And he's right. He's right. So the escorting part of it, and it's fun. We're there. If you've arranged for a cocktail party, if you've arranged for something else, we do all those arrangements for you. And then we facilitate that. We make sure that the setup is done on time for you. We make sure the DJs, if you've got music happening, are there. We make sure the plugs are there. We make sure all the electrical things are there well before we get into that. So it's important, if you are going to have a large group, to use people like us that escort your group and give you peace of mind, so then you're not worried about what's happening or what's not happening and things like that. It's just, most times when we've taken groups away, we've always had a hiccup. You know, dining is the big one, where we have everybody in the dining room. We make sure that you're all at the same table where you're supposed to be. We make sure that the seating is correct. We make sure the table sizes are correct as much as we can and things like that. So when you do it on your own, you have more opportunity, I guess, for things not to gel together for you. So having professional travel consultants like Ross and I, where we do this for you, and remember, we don't charge for service either. So when we do this for you, you can guarantee everything is going to happen and happen the way it's supposed to be. Even down to luggage not coming and they don't know where it is and things like that. But we work on that, and as I said, with the onboard coordinator that we deal with, they're given to us to facilitate what our needs and that are, are and what is required. So that's our little education moment. Remember, I asked you yesterday if you would like to ask any questions or anything like that, please either text me or Facebook message me privately. That's fine. The reason I mentioned Viking again today was because we've put that up on the on our Facebook, and our Facebook has got a new cover photo for JR World Travel. Have a look at that. And people have been inquiring about the Viking. So I thought, well, I would bring that up again today, and the special that there is there and everything else. And bear in mind that most cruise lines today are fairly well booked out 12 months in advance. Viking, we're going on one I mentioned in 2019, and that ship is almost full. So, if you want the best deal at the best rate, any niceties and all these sorts of things, it is imperative that you book early, okay? And as I said, pay a deposit if you think you want to go somewhere, and then everything is returned and refunded to you prior to final payment. So just 2 more things. Don't forget coffee on the dock at 9 a.m. Every morning with Corey Cottrell. And the other thing is the seminar. Please don't forget the seminar. We've got bookings coming in. Be one of the first ones to get it at that price. And if you want any more information, just email me, phone me, text me, or whatever. So until tomorrow, and Ross is going to have something funny about his travels or whatever tomorrow, and we'll see you then. Have a great afternoon, everybody. Goodbye.